Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Commerce Compass, where I will be teaching income tax, cost accountancy, business mathematics and statistics, and financial accounting. So stay tuned and hit subscription button for more and more amazing content. So let us start with today's topic, agricultural income of the Income Tax Act 2025 under section 2 subsection 5. It was earlier mapped as section 2 subsection 1 of the Act 1961. So what is agricultural income? Agricultural income means any rent or revenue derived from the land by means of agricultural process, and the land must be situated in India. So I repeat, agricultural income means any rent or revenue derived from land by means of agricultural process, and the land must be situated in India. So in order to become any rent or revenue as agricultural income, the income must be arising out of the land. There must be an agricultural process, and the land must be situated in India. So it means, मतलब agricultural income, it means any rent or revenue derived from land by means of agricultural process, and the land must be situated in India. Okay, so there are three parts. One is in rent or revenue derived from land, okay, by means of agricultural process, second condition, and third one is the land must be situated in India. Situated in India, there involve agricultural process and income derived from rent or revenue derived from land. Okay, so agricultural process. What is agricultural process? So agricultural process means tilling the land, sowing the seeds, weeding out, pruning, etc. So agricultural process must be present there from the beginning. Okay. So agricultural income includes the following income. Agricultural income includes the following. The agricultural income includes the followings within the scope of agricultural income. So what is this? Number one is the income derived by the owner of the land from the agricultural activities. Income derived by the owner of the land from agricultural activities. Okay, income derived by the owner of the land from agricultural activities. Rent or revenue earned by the owner of the land from the cultivator. Rent or revenue earned by the owner of land from the cultivators. Okay, and number three, income from sale of agricultural produce like fruits, vegetables, etc. Income from sale of agricultural produce. Income from sale of agricultural income from sale of agricultural produce. Okay, and number 4, agricultural income from being engaged in agricultural process. Income from being engaged in agricultural process like cotton ginning, drying up of tobacco leaves, etc. Okay, income from being agricultural process like cotton ginning, okay, cotton ginning, drying up of tobacco leaves, etc. Okay, then next, notional income from the building situated vicinity of the agricultural land used for the purpose of dwelling house, storehouse or cattle shed. Okay, so this is number 5. I repeat, income earned from the building situated in the vicinity of the land used for the purpose of dwelling house, storehouse or cattle shed. Okay, notional income earned from building situated vicinity, notional income earned from building situated vicinity to the land and used as dwelling house, stores house and cattle shed, that is included in the agricultural income. Okay, income from saplings, seedlings grown in the nursery. Income from saplings, seedlings, okay, grown in the nursery, okay, and income from sale of standing crops is also agricultural income. Income from sale of standing crops is an agricultural income. Okay, this is a famous case law in this regard. Okay, Maddi MADDI Venkata Subbaiah, BNKTA Subbaiah, SUBBAYYA Subbaiah versus CIT. Okay, this is famous case law. Income from sale of standing crops is an agricultural income. Okay, so now income from sale of forest of spontaneous germination is not an agricultural income. Okay, Income from sale of standing crops is agricultural income, but income from sale of forest of continuous germination is not an agricultural income because no agricultural process was involved. This is also decided in a famous case law, CIT versus Jatikona Rai Choudhury. Similarly, dividend received from a company out of its agricultural income, dividend received from a company out of its agricultural income in the hands of the shareholder is not an agricultural income because they have to the shareholder, this is an investment to the company, this is an investment income against the investment, okay, and not from the land. So this is not an agricultural income. So what are the key highlights of agricultural income? Key highlights. Key highlights. Key highlights. Agricultural income, entire income from agriculture is exempt from tax. Number one, entire income, entire agricultural income is exempt from tax under Schedule 2 of the IT Act 2025. It was previously section 10.1 of 1961 Act. Okay, the entire agricultural income is exempt from tax, but it can be used to push other non-agricultural income, into a higher slabs or bucket. Okay, so agricultural income is taxable, but agricultural income is used to push other non-agricultural income into a higher tax bracket. Matlab, this agricultural income is integrated with non-agricultural income for higher rate purpose, higher tax. So, what are the steps to calculate tax? To calculate tax using partial integration. First step is to calculate tax on non-agricultural income plus net agricultural income. Okay. Step 1 is to calculate tax on non-agricultural income plus net agricultural income. Then step 2, calculate tax on net agricultural income plus basic exemption limit. Okay. Then find out the difference, that is the tax on total income. Apart from rebate, surcharge, cess, rebate, surcharge as applicable will be adjusted accordingly. So these are the steps. So let us take an example to calculate tax on partial integration method. So let us take an example to understand the taxation of agricultural income under partial integration of agricultural income with non-agricultural income. So let us take an example. Income from other source is rupees 7 lakhs and net agricultural income say rupees 2 lakhs. Calculate the agricultural relief and net tax payable under old tax regime for tax year 2026-27. We know that there is 3 steps of finding out the partial integration of agricultural income with non-agricultural income. So what is the first step? First step is step 1. Step 1, other source income, income from non-agricultural income, non-agricultural income, non-agricultural income is 7 lakhs. So non-agricultural income, it is income from other source. Maybe there are 5 sources of income, 5 sources of income we will discuss in later on. Income from salaries, income from house properties, income from business profession, income from capital gains, and income from other sources. So here income is given, income from other source and net agricultural income. Okay, so this is non-agricultural income plus net agricultural income. This is our first step. Net agricultural income. So if we add, this is 2 lakhs. So if we add, this is 9 lakhs. So we have to find out total tax on rupees 9 lakhs. It should be calculated how much. So see the tax rate, tax slab. So old tax regime up to 2.5 lakhs tax is nil. This is exempted, basic exempted income. Between 2.5 to 5 lakhs it is 5% of the amount. Above 2.5 lakhs, and next slab is between 5 to 10 lakhs. If we find out 5% of 2.5 lakhs, it will works out 12,500. So 12,500 plus 20% of above 5 lakhs, and highest slab is under old tax slab rate is above 10 lakhs. This is 1 lakh 12,500 plus 30% of above 10 lakhs. So in this slab rate we will calculate tax on total tax on 9 lakhs as follows. How much? So it will come in this slab. It will come in this slab. So what will be the tax? 12,500. It is rupees 12,500 plus 20% of above 5 lakhs. So our income is 9 lakhs. So it is 4 lakhs left. So 20% on 4 lakhs. Okay. So it will works out 80,000. So 80,000 plus 12,500. This slab 12,500 plus 20% of 4 lakhs. This will come 92,500. So total tax on ATO is this. Total tax on ATO is 92,500. This is step 1. Then we will come to steps 2. What is this? This is net agricultural income. Net agricultural income. How much is this? Net agricultural income is 2 lakhs. Okay, and plus basic exemption. Basic exemption, how much it is? Basic exemption is 2.5 lakhs. So 2.5 lakhs, right? That is 4.5 lakhs, right? 4.5 lakhs. So total tax on 4.5 lakhs. Calculate total tax on 4.5 lakhs. So see, this will come in this slab. Up to 2.5 lakhs it is nil. So rest is 2 lakhs. On 2 lakhs up to 2.5 it is nil. Then next 2 lakhs it is 5% of the amount. So 5% of 2 lakhs it will works out. So 5% on 2 lakhs, right? 5% of 2 lakhs, that is 10,000. 10,000 because basic 2.5 lakh, 5 lakh is exempt. So on rupees 4.5 lakhs income works out is 10,000. So What is the net tax payable? Step 3, it is step 1 minus step 2. Net tax payable, net tax payable is 92,500 minus this, 92,500 minus 10,000. Okay, understood? 10,000, that is 82,500. 82,500. Okay, so for applying this, we know that agricultural income up to rupees 5,000 is exempt. Okay, and above this it will be taxable for integration with income from non-agricultural income. Okay, so if we consider this non-agricultural and agricultural, we will find out the tax on it, either old slab rate or new slab rate. We will discuss in later. In the old tax slab rate, this is the slab rate. In the new tax, there will be different tax rate. In the new tax rate, comparatively, it is lower rate of tax, because exemption and allowance normally is very few. In case of old tax rate is higher, because certain deduction and exemption are allowed in the old tax rate. We will discuss in later in details. So this integration of agricultural income with non-agricultural income is to purpose the tax the non-agricultural income at a higher rate. It is applicable in case of agricultural income is more than 2 lakhs. Here 5,000. Here agricultural income is 2 lakhs. It is more than 5,000. And non-agricultural income is more than basic exemption limits. Your basic exemption is 2 lakh 50,000. It is more. It is other source, but non-agricultural income is 7 lakhs. It is more than that. In that case, this partial integration is applicable. Now, in the ITR, where this agricultural income will appear up to 5,000, it is exempt. It will appear in the ITR 1, and in more than 5,000, it will appear in ITR 2. The agricultural income is exempt from tax under Schedule 2 of the new ITX 2025. Old one was treated as Section 10, subsection 1 of the 1961. In the new Act, agricultural income is exempt under Schedule 2. However, the Income Tax Act has laid down a method to indirectly tax such income. It is exempt from tax. Agricultural income is exempt from tax, but income tax has laid down a procedure to indirectly tax such income. To indirectly tax such income, this method or process is called the partial integration of agricultural income with the non-agricultural income. This is called partial integration of agricultural income with non-agricultural income. Its main object is to tax at higher rate of the non-agricultural income. Its aim is to taxing the non-agricultural income at a higher rate of tax. This is for rate purpose. This is partial integration. This is applicable to individuals, HUFs, AOP, Association of Persons, BOI, Artificial Judicial Person, etc. For application of this method, that means partial integration of agricultural income with non-agricultural income, two conditions to be fulfilled. So what are the two conditions? First condition is agricultural income. First two conditions to fulfill. Two conditions. Okay. One is agricultural income. Okay. Net agricultural income greater than, more than rupees 5,000 in the tax year. Okay, in the relevant tax year. Net agricultural income is more than this, and basic non-agricultural income non-agricultural income. Non-agricultural income is more than basic exemption basic exemption limit. Okay, these two conditions to be fulfilled for integration of agricultural income with non-agricultural income. So what are the steps? Now there are certain income which are certain extent agricultural income and certain non-agricultural income. In case of tea, coffee, rubber, etc. Non-agricultural income, certain percentage. In case of tea, it is 40% non-agricultural income. Coffee 25%, and rubber 35% income is treated as non-agricultural income. मतलब business income. Okay, business income. And agricultural income. In case of tea, it is 60%. This is 75%. Okay, this is 65%. This is agricultural income, right? So now we will see, these are the agricultural income. We have shown income derived from land revenue, income rent or revenue received by the owner of the land from the cultivator. Okay, income on sale of vegetables or fruits. Notional income, that is building situated within the vicinity of the agricultural land, used as a storehouse, dwelling house or cattle shed. However, the building must be situated beyond the territory, 8-kilometer territory of the municipality or cantonment area, and population must be exceed 10 lakhs. Okay, so these are the agricultural income. So some income are not within the scope of agricultural income. Examples of non-agricultural income. Examples of non-agricultural income, like income from poultry, income from dairy farming, income from beehiving, income from fisheries, income from agricultural land used as a stock instead. Okay, income from cutting and selling of the timber. Okay, income from butter and cheese making, and income received from the TV serial sitting in the farmhouse. All these incomes are examples of non-agricultural income. Income from poultry farming. This is non-agricultural income. Income from agricultural land used as stock in state. Okay, income from fisheries, income from dairy farming, income from beehiving, income from cutting and selling timber. Okay, these are not agricultural income. Income from butter and cheese making, right? Butter and cheese making. Receipt from TV serial. TV serial shooting, TV serial shooting in the farmhouse. These are not agricultural income. So this is all about agricultural income exempt from tax, sometimes taken into account to determine tax on non-agricultural income. So this is end of class today. If you find this is helpful to you, support my channel for more videos on income tax. So thank you.